I'm pumped to tell you about our sponsor, Bond Charge. They're a holistic wellness brand with products built to optimize your life. If you're looking to improve your sleep like I am, perform better like I know you are, increase your energy, which everybody loves, recover faster with athletes need, or to reduce inflammation, which is just good health, these guys have got you covered. My favorite product is the infrared sauna blanket. Now, guys, you know as a wrestler and a fighter, I spent a lifetime in saunas, but this is much better. If you want to burn calories, you want to detoxify your body or ease stress, you're going to love this blanket too. This blanket works by raising your heart rate to that of physical exercise. So now you're burning calories while you relax. You can burn up to 600 calories in just one session. Guys, it takes less than 1 minute to set this up. It heats up fast and you can enjoy a 30-minute session while you're watching TV. It's been a great addition to my wellness routine. It's easy to clean, lightweight, easily stored, not to mention Bond Charge's sauna blanket has a low EMF and offers the highest temperatures compared to other brands. Bond Charge ships worldwide and is offering free shipping on every sauna blanket with easy returns and exchanges plus a 12-month warranty. You can try it out risk-free. Go to bondcharge.com/Chael. Use the coupon code Chael. That's going to save you 15%. Or guys, just click on the link below. There was a lot of pushback when this fight was made. And a lot of the pushback just had to do with, hey, you put Paddy in a no-win situation. Paddy's got to absolutely dominate Tony Ferguson or it doesn't look good. Oh, by the way, if he does dominate, nothing happens. He doesn't move up. He doesn't take Tony's ranking. Tony lost his ranking. Like, what are we doing? How are you possibly serving Paddy? Like, these kinds of questions were asked. And they were asked by people within our sport. Like our own Hall of Famers and or announce teams that go and do their little stuff over on the interwebs were part of that. And as time went on, I hope that you see they were the only ones that were part of that. The only ones that ever even suggested you don't get a win with a win. And that's a really weird concept, I must tell you. Like anybody that lives their life that way, these aren't the kind of people you want to be around. These are not the kind of people that have the outlook that you want to partner up with and spend your time around. Trust me when I tell you that. It is a very weird outlook. There is no such thing that I have ever seen on my time on this earth, of which I've traveled many times over, where a win isn't a win. But it's what's being suggested. It gets suggested in sport quite often. You have nothing to win. What are you talking about? If you win, you win. What are you talking about? And I do understand the concept about moving forward. I do understand the concept about doing things and them not propelling you forward. But that's fully up to you. The universe will react around you. If you come out with that idea and that notion, then we will take our cues from you. Right? There's only a few kind of guys in the whole world. And you'll meet them. You'll meet the guy that's the victim. I can't get anywhere. It's somebody else's fault. Somebody else has stopped me. I wasn't given an opportunity for X, Y, and Z. You'll meet that guy. And you'll meet another guy that's he's not quite ready yet. He's been reading books, but he needs to read a couple more. He's taken some night classes over at the college, but he just needs another semester. He's got a very, very good opportunity for an internship where he can learn. And then you got another guy that says, I'm ready. And all three of them are right. And the entire world will defer to whatever it is they say. You have a guy that steps forward and says, I'm ready. No one will say, no, you're not. That's just not the way that it works. So when I'm looking at Paddy the Baddy, what is it that you think that he has done that is so great that a win over a legend like Tony Ferguson doesn't help? Does he have a whole bunch of other scalps on his mantle? Has he been beating legends already that I don't know about that are greater and superior to a win over Tony Ferguson? Is he climbing the ladder at 155 pounds and lightning speed the way Sean O'Malley did at 135 pounds? Like, is this the way that you see it? And if you do, please bring your argument forward. What is his best win in your opinion? Who was that guy and what was that guy ranked? How was that athlete perceived? How many main events had that athlete done? How many co-main events had that athlete done? How much money had that guy made? Do you want to know who the best guy is? It's whoever made the most money. That's who the best guy is. whoever was best at this sport, whoever was best at the business tied around this sport, is whoever made the most money. So who is it from Paddy's past that you believe he is better off just not fighting Tony? If there's no way to win, if there's no bounce, if everything stays even and or goes down, let's remove them from a featured match on this card. Third from the top. 2 title fights, and then them. The only thing above them on the card is world title fights. One of which I can't produce for you because nobody wants to see it, but there is a title there, and they'll come out later. That's just the truth. I'll learn about it. I can't produce it for you now. I believe it's Pantoja. At any rate, who is it that you believe would stay in that position, right? So these guys are third down from the top. Only title fights in front of them. If Tony Ferg pulls out of this fight, do you believe Paddy stays there? Regardless of who they match him up with, is Paddy a big enough draw on a pay-per-view to hold down the number 3 position? If Paddy pulls off the card and Tony stays, regardless of who you put him with, is Tony big enough and sought after enough to hold down a number 3 position? And that's how you would look at these things. All that ranking stuff, these are guys that are so close to the sport that they miss it. They miss it completely. I got a friend who works at Nike, and they tried to come out with dry fit, and they tried to come out with compression shirts, and they tried to come out with rash guards. All of which, by the way, are colloquialisms talking about the exact same thing. And they failed miserably because even within their team on the campus of Nike, that's exactly 23 miles behind me, people called it Under Armour. Under Armour did such a good job of branding rash guards and dry fit that people thought it was called Under Armour. Like Jell-O. Jell-O did this with gelatin. Jell-O has been so effective with their marketing that when people see gelatin, they call it Jell-O. And I'm just bringing this to your attention, where sometimes you get so close, you get so into it, you can't see, you got to stand back a little bit. What do you mean if Paddy wins, he doesn't win? What are you talking about? So Paddy's got to go out and wreck Tony Ferguson. That he has to do that, and that just gets him to even because that's what's expected to do. Really? A guy who has never been ranked ever is taking on a guy who was ranked in the top 5 for 7 consecutive years. Really? A guy who's had 4 fights in the Ultimate Fighting Championship is taking on a guy who's won 14 of the night bonuses. And that's not a win. That's not a victory. Paddy the Baddy is expected to go and do what Justin Gaethje did. He's expected to do what Charles Oliveira did. That's how you see it? That's what you believe? He's on that level? How did he get there? And if he is in fact there, why hasn't he been ranked? I'm not against Paddy the Baddy at all. I made this piece to serve Paddy the Baddy. I made this to make sure that we correct this false narrative that was created. A win is a win. Paddy gets a win. Paddy won. He's third from the top on a pay-per-view. He gets a win. He should anchor down that spot. He should stay there and or move up to co-main and or main. That's how it works. It's fight promotion. It's not a demotion. But if you think on the final pay-per-view event of the year, where the only thing walking out after these two guys are belts, meaning there's no choice, just so you understand. Maybe they're in the third position, maybe that's accurate, but maybe it's not. They have to be there. They can't be any higher because they don't have a belt. So they are in the absolute highest spot you can possibly get to, per the policies of the organization. You think they're there for Paddy the Baddy, who's had 4 fights? One of which was at least a year ago and in tremendous controversy? Or do you think they're there because of the former number 1 contender, Tony Ferguson? What do you mean a win isn't a win? Are you a little bit stupid?